Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War stream. So, today, of course, we got our faction. Gonna be finishing out that. Should be able to get it done. The new trip that ended up coming in yesterday, actually it's still showing up over here, the flash offer thingy for him. Definitely don't buy that. But, yeah, the new troop is insanely good. I just covered a faction video on it. As well as, you know, everything with the faction. But, yeah, it's just clears through these things like absolutely nothing with infinite loop. Been a lot of fun to mess around with. One thing to note is we did finally get some confirmation on what on earth is happening to that final room. And apparently they are fixing it tomorrow night, around 6 hours prior to reset, which has caused the second controversy. And one controversy into the next. The main one being that anyone who already did the event will technically be penalized more than anyone who waits to do it on the last several hours. But that, and of course how leaderboard will, people who try contesting leaderboard will just grind the last several hours. And because some people's time zones has it in like the middle of the night, which includes my time zone. But especially Europe's time zone has even worse. But yeah, they are fixing it at this current moment in time. It seems like they're fixing it around 7 or 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, sometime around there, which is around like 6 hours prior to the event ending, 6-7 hours prior. We still don't know if they're just going to wait until the Monday after, but as it currently seems, it seems like they'll fix it then. And of course, the main issue is that the final room gives, it's lacking 1.25 multiplier when he has a 1x, and it's lacking the 100% chest that has a 0% chest. Which lowers loot by about 15,000. They did mention that on Monday they're going to be rolling out some kind of compensation for it too, though we still don't know if that's going to be retroactive or if they're just doing like a static thing across to everyone. And if they do to everyone, or what on earth it'll be. If they do it just like across to everyone, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a pretty underwhelming loot. They might still send a support ticket in for that, but we'll see exactly what happens with it. Regardless what happens, something's going to be wrong about it. Like, there's almost no right way they could possibly fix it. Because something bad's gonna happen one way or another. But oh well, we'll see what happens with it. Has some compensation, 100 shards, I know, right? Anything less than 1,000 is rip-off. Assuming you did all the way to 500, anything less than 1,000 is very low. Yeah, hello everyone. Hope you've been having a good weekend so far. Hello Lori, hello Haley, hello Carlo, hello William, hello Super, hello Wow, hello Mike, hello Moldrin, hello Tyranny, and hello Neil. Welcome everyone. Actually, we're on track for level 10 chest right now. If we get a chest upgrade in these next 2 rooms, we actually get a level 10 chest without needing the final room's 100%. We have yet to get a single 100% chest because, of course, we lack one whole chest drop. But, yeah, we actually are within range of being able to do it right now. That'd be insanely lucky. We'd have to roll the treasure upgrade for this room and the next room, but it's possible. It'll be the first and probably only level 10 chest we'll see all weekend. Well, we'll see in a moment what happens with it. Hello, GGG. Hello, Churros. Welcome. Hello, Christy. Yep, happy weekends. And now we have to go kill this entire team round 2. He gets 1 summon. Time to kill the entire team again. That's basically how many times we have to cast, unless we get lucky with skulls. There we go. Well, luckily we got lucky with skulls. Oh, we almost did it. Come on, what's our percent chance? 20% chance, we got this. If we roll a 20% chance, we get a level 10 chest without the upgrade of the final chest thing. Come on, 20% chance. If we were to ever hit a 20% chance, now's the time. That would actually make for a really funny screenshot. If we can actually get a level 10 chest without the other upgrade. That is very unlikely though. But come on, 20%, we got this. What do we take here? I'll go for this. It's probably gonna miss though. Yeah. And let's get a little bit of mana going. Come on, get the loop going. Only needs a little bit of brown, a little bit of something. There we go, that should do it. And that should be loop. And he's dead. Got our 69 damage each. No! We didn't get a chest upgrade. No! So close. We almost got a level 10 chest. It would have been if this wasn't glitched. But no. We came so close to getting a level 10 without the final upgrade. Now it's going to be a level 9. That's about the closest we're going to get. It is very unlikely. I think I've only ever gotten an 11 chest or an 11. You can't actually get an 11. It just downgrades to 10. But I think I've only ever gotten a level 11 chest, technically. I think 3 times ever. That would have been like our 4th time or so. We'll go get that one down. Why Sugar Heart? For cleanse. It is purely for cleanse. Which in the context of delves isn't as relevant, but still occasionally have web and freeze to deal with. And why specifically that weapon is because it creates brown and red, mostly brown, which we need to extra turn off the other browns. Wait. It's already fixed? Question marks? Wait, all the question marks. How? Wait, what? What? Hold up. Am I missing something here? That's still 0%. How did I get a level 10 chest then? Am I going crazy? Sometimes it does that. Oh, it's not fixed, but sometimes it does that. Well, hey, we got a level 10 chest. I'll take it. I'll take it. A glitch within a glitch. Like once every 50 times it works properly. That's weird. I'll take it though. Wait. I need to get the screenshot of a 0% chest next to a 10 chest. I need to post that to the forum later. There we go. Actually, wait. I need to go post this to the forum now. This can't wait. This must be done now to the screenshot topic. Let's see. Wait. This will only take like 1 minute. 1 second. Let's see, where's view screenshots? Get rid of that. View screenshots. Should have just kept the page open from when I was on doing the video earlier. The screenshot page. Because it takes like 30 seconds to want to load because there's like 1 billion images from like over 4 years ago. Okay, let's see. Level 10 chest with 0% final room. And if the screenshot will load, I'm quite literally looking at it. It's not loaded. There we go. We did it. Success. We have won this event. We got a level 10 chest. Technically, we actually did get the upgrade, but people don't need to know that. I'm still taking it as a win. There we go. Oh, I didn't even get to see the loot, though. I fell. Oh, there it goes. That was weird. I, like, double-clicked through it. It went through the page, and then it kind of came back up. That was extremely weird. Yeah, there's the loot that we get from it. I guess we'll screenshot that, too. Why not? Too bad it's not pure shards, though. We're still missing the 1.25 multiplier, but for whatever reason, it did do the upgrade. That was weird. I'll still take it as a win, though. Instead of getting that 20%, we just got it at the end, I guess. Anyways. That's the only level 10 chest we'll see all week. Unless that glitch happens again, and even then, that would be very unlikely. The glitch on top of a glitch. The glitch that makes it... That's kind of funny, that there's a glitch that almost makes it work properly. That ever so occasionally happens. Not even sure what on earth would even trigger it to work properly sometimes. That's weird. Like, you'd kind of think it would always be one way or the other. Like, it would either always work or always not work. Good evening, Distance. Welcome. Doesn't Sugar's Heart spawn only red? No. It creates 7 reds and... oh, wait. Wait, have I been saying that this entire time and haven't noticed? I always thought it was red-brown. Fail. Never mind, it might only be red. Still need it for the cleanse, though. That hasn't changed. Did I read that wrong? Incorrectly earlier? I could have sworn it's always been 7 red-brown. Apparently not. My bad. Regardless of all the cleanse weapons, it has the highest chance of extra turning. Actually, it's the only cleanse weapon on hero that cleanses all allies that has any extra chance. Any extra turn chance. After maxing Titan, I would probably say Thief hero class. Has a great weapon on it, plus it's good and well-rounded for everything. It's also the best stealthy hero class currently in the game. Yeah, I know. I was saying that all day yesterday, too. Whoops. Oh, well. It's not that big a deal. I even said it during the video I just uploaded, too. Fail. But if nothing else, there's 2 main benefits to using this weapon, even without it spawning brown. The first is we can feed brown into it with this, whereas no other cleanse weapon on hero class uses brown, so you won't be able to feed it by that method, by just having excess mana on him. And the other reason is mainly because it has the it's the only hero weapon that has any extra turn chance. Of course, it's a bit lower given that it's not brown-red, but it's still the only one that has any extra turn chance. All the other ones will automatically end your turn. Annoying cough's still not gone. Actually, it's kind of weird. It's almost gotten worse since this morning. The main reason I've been delaying the streams is so it would kind of get better, because it's normally like really bad in the morning. It's still been pretty bad even right now. Let me take another cough drop. If I can even open it. What is a fast team to farm Silver Necropolis to level 20? Or at level 20? Pretty much just one AoE troop to kill everything out with. At level 20 range, if you're doing it every single time, you would just need one single troop that would be able to kill things. Like every single troop simultaneously. So basically using a half mana start on anything that hits all enemies would end up working. Specific way you want to go about that depends on what you have. So this half mana start a troop into full AoE, and that should be able to one-shot. As long as you have enough stats, it should be able to one-shot. Depends what your stats, how high your stats are though. I believe you only need around 30 something damage to be able to one-shot. I forget how high the level 20 area goes. I believe somewhere around the mid-30s kills everything in one shot. Oh, your thief is level 99. Who should you go next? I don't know. Do you want something for Guild War Defend? You could go like Frost Mage level 70. Try working that up. Plague Lord's pretty nice to have, so it's pretty much just Titan that's situationally used in other situations. Necromancer's pretty good for soul farming. Bard and Archer. Yeah, Bard, Archer, Assassin are all interesting options. Bard's good for Yellow Guild War and Wild Folk. Archer is mainly used as a luck-based skull, and Assassin even more so. Assassin overall has the highest damage of any hero class, though, potentially. I believe it has 7% chance to kill every kill. It has 10% chance to kill every skull, and between those two things, you get just so many free kills. The only problem is it's extremely luck-based. and extremely inconsistent, which makes it not used as much. But if you get lucky, you can win a battle in like 10 seconds. Because you just get some skull spam. The skull spam kills the first slot. And you get the 10% to trigger, and that kills out a troop. And then you get another 10% chance to trigger, and that kills out a troop. And then one of those 3 trigger to 7%, which kills out another troop, and then you already won within like casting a single skull spam, if you get really lucky. The problem is you need to get really lucky. Otherwise, he doesn't really work that well. Oh no, all of our grains. Come back. They need you. Come back. Luckily, he's entangled, so he can't do anything. Yeah, we'll double. It's probably going to miss, but I need the mana. Hopefully we get the browns we need. Not quite. That should do it. Nope, not quite. Come on. We'll take green for now. And we should be able to loop from there. Get brown already. How are you not full mana? There you go. And it should be the infinite loop we need. Yeah, Assassin's a really fun hero class to use. It's mainly used for PvP. But it's extremely inconsistent is the only real big issue with it. It's a lot of fun to use. Probably one of the funnest hero classes. You very rarely see me ever using it though, just because of its high inconsistency. Generally, when you're building teams, you do want to have relatively high consistency. But yeah, Assassin can get some of the quickest wins in the entire game. The only problem is they'll only do that like 1 every 5 battles, 1 every 10 battles or so. Ice Pure Faction Team Delve obtainable with 100 treasure hoard. I believe it is. If you get lucky enough, I believe these 4 mushrooms can just solo it with enough luck. And once they get going, that would pretty much be enough luck you need. Like after 8 turns pass, you should auto win with this team. In the stats, the amount of stats you have would be kind of irrelevant towards it. Hello, Starlight. Welcome. Because Pure Faction for this faction is quite literally just 4 of him. And then after 8 turns, you can cast all of them. Guarantee, regardless of how the board is. And then from there, you can ideally just keep looping until you win. At least in theory. How well it works in practice, I do not know. We could go do a delve like that real quick just for fun. We have enough sigils that it wouldn't actually matter if I waste one like that. It would be a slight waste of time though to do it now. I don't know. It would probably still win pretty easily. It would just be quite a bit slower than what we're using now, obviously. You would only want to use it for Pure Faction. And also, the current amount of sigils we have should be able to go all the way. We only need to find 2 Val Ravens to be able to complete it today. Which we should be able to within 11 sigils. I don't see why we wouldn't be able to. Anyways, on to the next one. The game plan is to keep going on stream today until we get all the way to 500. And then we're doing Pure Faction later tonight. And then tomorrow I'll upload the 2 Pure Faction videos. And yes, I mean 2, because I didn't upload the previous one. I still need to do audio over top of it. I recorded it back when we couldn't really talk. That was the weekend that it, when it was the absolute worst. Like the day before I went to get the prescription and everything for it. Yeah, I never posted it still. Need to. But still, I still need to do audio for it. Right now it's just the visual of it. With in-game audio, but no commentary. What was coming change that has you saving vault keys? Two things. One is they confirmed another gnome is coming into the near future. By near future, that means anywhere from a few months to almost a year. But sometime, eventually. They did confirm another gnome is coming, some kind. And the other reason, aside from just that, is they did mention that they're likely going to do some kind of change to vault keys to add difficulty options where you can go higher risk, higher reward. How exactly that will be implemented, we do not know. But there's a possibility you might be able to get more loot from your vault keys than you currently do. And it also allow you to, one specific thing they want to address when they do end up doing that is they want to make it so it's easier to get the common troops upgraded. Because currently right now it's almost near impossible. Unless you use blue orb, it is quite literally impossible to upgrade any common gnome all the way to mythic. You would need to use somewhere around like 10,000 vault keys or something at the current drop rate. Something absurdly high. And they want to revamp it so it's a lot easier to do that. But yeah, that's what I'm saving my vault keys for. Also, we didn't get a spoiler image today. Unless they posted it in the last like hour or so. I didn't see any spoiler image on their social media. Maybe because all the things that happened this weekend, Salty was kind of busy with that. But, I don't know. They should have. Unless they're starting it next weekend. Let's see. Let me check both of them. I'll check their Twitter and their Facebook. Let's see. Twitter says probably nothing. Nope. Twitter doesn't say anything. Check the Facebook. And Facebook probably also says nothing. Loading, loading, loading. Nope, Facebook also says nothing. Let me just double check their page though. Based on notifications, it doesn't seem to be anything. Yeah, no spoiler image. Unless they're doing it way later today or something. Nope, no spoiler image. That's unfortunate. I wanted to go over something. There's a few really interesting things in next patch. Yeah, I know, but they have it set up so it normally auto posts their social media stuff. Same as the forum. Like, they don't post anything to the forum, it just automatically posts. Like the event video yesterday, or not the event video, but the thing that says, hey, here's the event of the new faction. Like, those things they don't manually post. It's set up on a schedule system. And I believe their social media is set up the same way. Or it's set up in advance. To grab here. Green. Grab the other green. Allow us to get rolling. Oh yeah, I'll take it that way. Hopefully he'll get his brown off of this. No, he does not. Good job. Okay, let's take that for now. Maybe double all the greens and go from there. Okay. Put that down. Bam all the things. And round 2. Well, at least he's under his marked. No, I'm not gonna take that skull. It ends our loop. I do need to take a skull just when he's actually in kill range, like right now. Be a great time to take a skull. Oh, perfect. There we go. Well, I didn't even need to take it. This takes itself. Oh, there's 20 gems for doing our kills. I don't think we had any good tasks today. I think I had actually I did have one good task. I finally got the event key task. Remember that one task I said that we kind of need to get like almost once a week in order to get the same amount of event keys that we got before? Because before on the event objectives overall, I believe you got about 12 event keys per month. Because you would get one event where you got like 12 or so. And that was basically all the event keys you would get. But yeah, it was like around, it comes out to about 3 per week on event keys. So you would have to get about 3 event keys off this new adventure board per week in order to make up for it. And one of the main things that does that is to search for keys tier 5, which end up giving 4 event keys. There's 2 of them that currently give event keys. I believe the tier 3 or 4 one ends up giving 1 event key, and the tier 5 one gives 4 event keys. And this is how you kind of make up for event keys currently. So yeah, got our event keys. I don't need event keys. I'd much prefer to see gem keys or something similar, especially that VIP key thingy is insanely good. We've gotten it twice so far, as you can see. But yeah, it's basically how you get event keys now. It's basically the replacement from the weekly objectives. Obviously, there's way better ways to obtain event keys than that, but that's the way that it basically makes up for the previous system, as far as the specific resource of event keys. But yeah, I believe it comes out to, on average, slightly less event keys, but you get so many other gem-related loots that it doesn't really matter much. I believe it averages more so to like 10 event keys per month compared to the previous 12, but it really depends how lucky you get on if you get that task or not, how often you get it. Anyways, back to faction. Faction. There we go. Fight, fight, and out the next battle. Also, that multiplier is so low right now. They're supposedly fixing it tomorrow night. They're fixing it on Monday, but Monday is Sunday for most people. They're fixing it on Sunday night around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or so. Somewhere's around then. You just have to keep in mind, whenever they say Monday, they almost always mean Sunday, depending on your time zone. Like if you're in Europe or America, it means Sunday. Or it means whatever day pretty much prior to whatever they say. More often than not. Because they're so far ahead of time. What are my thoughts on Doomclaw? It is too inconsistent to ever be viable. It's slightly better than Wolf Garrick, but still way too inconsistent. The only good thing it has going for it is, I believe it's the only troop in the game that can double devour in one cast. I don't recall a single other troop that can actually double devour, unless I'm forgetting one. Yeah, I believe Doomclaw is the only thing that can actually double devour. It's like the only thing Doomclaw has going for it, though the chance that you double devour is extremely low. I forget, how does math work? Isn't it a 1 in 16 chance? Pretty sure that's the calculation for it, right? It's 2 1/4 chances. Isn't that a 1 in 16 chance? That they would both trigger? That awkward moment when forget maths. Let's see, I'll throw that down. I'm pretty sure that's correct. It seems like it should be more complicated than that, but I believe it's as simple as that. 1 in 16. I'll take that one over. Grab the other there. Yeah, it's 25% chance per devour. There's 2 devourers. Yeah, it's 1 in 16. Which is extremely inconsistent. Though if that ever does trigger, similar to how Assassin's thing is, you pretty much auto win if that happens. Problem is, it would only happen every few battles. Unless you cast a lot during a single battle. It's a 56.25% chance that it wouldn't devour anything. Seems like it should be higher. Ta! Feels like it always doesn't devour anything. Every time you need it to devour most, it'll guarantee not devour. That's why I stopped using it for Guild Wars. Because of its lack of consistency. I did at one point use it for it, but I don't know, you're just gambling on it at that point if you ever use it for something like that. So if you had literally no other option, it would be fine. Like if you were like a mid-game player and you just didn't have other options, it's actually pretty decent. It's just when you have options, you would never really use it ever. Two 25% chances to not devour. Oh, Warden level 81. We're getting there. It actually has bypassed our Sun Spear. We've been trying to level Sun Spear, but we actually managed to get Warden way higher than that now because it keeps getting such ridiculously quick EXP from doing factions. So it is starting to slow down slightly in speed. That's mainly because their stats are getting so ridiculously high. That's what those are. That doesn't really matter if we infinitely loop. It takes longer to actually kill them, but it doesn't really make it any harder to win for the most part. Gems of War, the game where most people don't understand random numbers. You mean like how the AI has a 100% chance to do 20% chance? Ta. What do we grab here? Let's take this one for now. Stop converting away our green. Why is there so many things that convert away green all of a sudden? There's that one treasure room with the Grimlet that does green to brown. And then there's that thing that does green to purple. Actually, I didn't even realize that. Yeah, there's two. They're both attached to a treasure room, actually. Did they really do that just to counter green? So I guess it would make sense in a faction like this, given that green is one of the colors that you have to use. Green and brown. Oh, we don't have to worry about Submerge. That's the whole reason why we're using Warden. I mentioned yesterday, it's like, I wish there was a hero class that has Greenstorm and Dispel. And I was like going through the hero classes, it's like, oh, Warden actually has that. Warden pretty much went from like below mid-tier to almost high tier now. Assuming this troop doesn't get nerfed, Warden is basically high tier now. Literally for this team. Just for this team. But hey, it still works. Because it's the most relevant hero class for this team. Titan being the second most relevant. But Titan's good for everything. That's just kind of a given. You can still run it. Oh, but I guess you would have to spell. But all you really need is the Greenstorm. As long as you have Greenstorm, you can run this team. And just get it leveled as you're grinding. But yeah, the only way you can have Dispel in a hero class is if you have it to 70. No hero class gets it earlier than that. Because it's on the level 70 perk. On the armor tree, or whatever it's called. I forget what the name of the tree is. That one shield one. The two most relevant hero classes with Dispel are Rune Priest and Warden, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, there might be one third one that's actually somewhat relevant with it. But those two are probably the bigger ones. Actually, there's several other relevant ones too. I forgot. Doesn't mech in his class have it, because mech's pretty relevant. I guess there's several relevant hero classes that have Dispel. Though this is the only one that has Dispel and Greenstorm. Yeah, Guardian Tree, that's the one. Thank you, everyone. Did they fix the final room yet? No. It's not being fixed until tomorrow night around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, there's a controversy around that too. Because since it's been nerfed for almost the entirety of the weekend, people are concerned that that's going to make the leaderboard kind of curved. And that it's unfair for people that did the event previously compared to the people that wait to do it on the last final few hours. And because of time zones, a lot of people can't do it on the final few hours. Particularly United States area and Europe area. But plenty of other areas too. Any idea of a team that doesn't use the Goblin? Yeah, I went over some teams in the previous video. Or I just covered a video like right as the stream started. It was just posted. But yeah, you can still use the standard Iron Gut team here. You can use Mountain Crusher, Apothecary or Queen Isabel, High King Iron Guts, and Possessed King. That ends up working in the stealth. All the components are usable. And for other early battle teams, if you don't want to use this, you can use the Gargoyle setup or the Catcher setup. You can run Sentinel, Mountain Crusher with, or not Sentinel, my bad. Shaman Mountain Crusher with Apothecary double Ketris, or single Ketris with another damage option. And you can run that to like 200 and then switch to the Iron Gut team. Kind of just depends what you want to run. So I would honestly say this is the best option. Any delve that uses blue now, this is now the best option if they're leaving it like this. Hello, Elite Gaming. Welcome. So if anyone finds a better setup than this, let me know. I'm not aware of any. But it might exist. Can't really think of what you would replace out to make it better, though. Other than maybe hero weapon with something. Problem is none of the hero weapons really work in this context. Because you basically waste your turn to do whatever weapon you do. And even if you do something like Rope Dart, it's not really needed. Because everything dies about at the same time. I guess Rope Dart would help a little bit with if they end up getting a summon. Like if they end up reviving. You know what? Yeah, we could go do that. I don't know. I kind of want to have the cleanse. Because very occasionally we do get webbed or frozen. And not having cleanse for that is excessively annoying. Almost as annoying as not having Dispel for Submerge. Like you can still deal with it without it. But it just makes it a lot harder to deal with. And this team definitely does not want to be frozen. That ruins the whole premise of the team. Let's see. Take that one. I know of some slightly quicker Iron Gut teams. However, I'm not sure of any that are quicker using brown-green. I do know of ones that are quicker that isn't the one that I mentioned. But I don't believe they work on brown-green. The ones that I'm aware of. You leveled Oracle with it to level 96. Nice. Geoda of Urska, Captain Skullbeard, Guard's Avatar, and the Possessed King. Yeah, Guard's Avatar one-shot teams are still pretty decent for stuff. I personally don't use them for one main reason, and that is revives. It is really annoying when a troop ends up getting a revive. When you go for like a one-shot option to wipe out the entire team and then they end up getting a revive. I just absolutely hate that so much. There's also the slight issue of it ever getting hit, because of course it loses a lot of damage that way. Yeah, it is a fun concept to use. I've used it a lot in the past. I personally don't care for it much these days though, relative to other options that are available. Well, in Possessed, I mean, with when Guard's Avatar first came out, I used him a lot, like a ridiculously high amount for the first few months. Speaking about annoying revives, well, here's a random skull. Go it already. Nope, no random skulls for us. Oh well. And he's dead. Hey, we got a pet. I need the pet food. We're about to get a new pet as well very soon from the faction. And I do need to make sure I level it. So I guess we will go do that pet. Because I need its food for the pet that we're about to go and obtain very soon. We'll be able to get it in the next hour probably. The new frog pet. I already seen some people using it on their shoulder. I guess we'll use that as well just for fun. Yeah, I'm not sure if I showed the pet on stream. I'm pretty sure you guys seen it if you went under the menu. But it's basically like a prince frog wearing a crown. Looks like giant toad wearing a crown, basically, that one troop. Yeah, I don't think I did show it. Let me go show it real quick. First, you guys can see it yourself if you just check the thingy. Oh, might as well go click it. Plus, we'll check for tribute. It's almost been an hour. You're using Mountain Crusher, Iron Gut, Apothecary, Possessed King? Yep, that's normally what I roll with. I normally put the Apothecary in front of it, though, just so it mana generates a bit better. Yeah, obviously Iron Gut, if in case your first slot dies, we'll just one-shot everything. I just prefer blue going immediately into Apothecary. But yeah, the faction pet is this thing. For any of you wondering, it's the frog. Looks like such a happy frog. Look at it. Yeah, the frog prince. Really cute frog. And we'll have it soon. We get a 2000 faction right now. We'd already have it if we would have done pure faction at any point previously. But we'll have it soon. There'll be a 2000 there, which will be in several delves. Actually, we can calculate out. Let's see, it's 30 per delve. We need how many more delves? What is 360 divided by 30? That's 12, right? Yeah. Or am I even doing the math? I'll still do the math, why not? Yeah, it is 12 exactly. I already knew. Double check. And what does that mean our faction needs to go up to? That means our faction, well, it counts this one as well. So 11 more. Wait, we have to go that far? Oh yeah, I guess if we don't do any pure faction, never mind. We have to do all the way up to 500 in order to get it. Well then. Okay, we'll go and double all that. Though we could have it now if I go do pure faction on the next faction. That'd be kind of pointless, but it would give us the pet right now instead of having to wait an hour. We might as well just wait an hour. Will your level 1 500 faction team be 4 times? Yes. It'll be 4 times King Gob Truffle. And that actually will work. It's obviously going to be slower than this, what we're doing right now, but it would function as a team. Yeah, we'll be doing that in about 6 hours from now on the tonight's stream. It shouldn't take us that long to get to that point, obviously, but that's when we're going to be doing it. Right now, we're just trying to get to 500. Just so we can do Deathless 500. You haven't used the Yellow Guild Guardian in like 2 years and it still shows up as your favorite troop? That's kind of what happened with me. My profile still says my favorite troop is Infernus. Yet I don't run Infernus teams in almost ever. Like I still do on ever so occasion. But I almost never run Infernus these days. Not that he's bad, he's still an insanely good troop. It's just there aren't as many needs with all the mythics that exist these days in endgame to use them as much. He's still a really great first mythic craft for damage source and everything, but I don't know, in endgame, unless you're really using him for like triple damage burning on, unless you're specifically using him for his burn, you don't tend to use him too often. Because he's still the best burner in the game, and will always be used for that purpose. And he also has really good damage output overall. But he's only really good if you're using a cast-oriented team. Specifically physical damage cast-oriented. And true damage is starting to make a comeback. Skull spam's starting to make a comeback, so not as relevant. Still a great damage source option. That's still one of the best mythics in the game, still. There we go. Take this final room up here, get our treasure, and then hits the boss room. And then we got another 10 to go. Also, I guess at 450 we'll hand out a code once we reach the delve of 450. You finished it with 3 gobs on an exploder in the back with 5 times tier 7 and 100 horde. I'm currently running on 4 times tier 7 with 100 horde. So, I mean with 200 horde, I mean. So you should be able to easily get it done then. Yeah, this faction's pretty easy. Because it doesn't even matter what your stats are. Once you get looping, you just win. The main reason I opted not to use the exploder is it doesn't use brown. If the exploder used brown, I'd probably use it. But since it doesn't, it just kind of seems like a little bit of a waste. Rather than just having a 4th option for a cast. It'd still be helpful though. Because his poisons will allow you to get better gem spawn on the troop. Why'd I give him that? That was obviously within sight. You need a way to get them started again? Wouldn't they just automatically start? Because you have enchant on all of them. And with 4 casts, they would just keep feeding mana. And Explode would give you only half the mana, whereas if they actually matched those greens, it would give the full amount. Wow, level 6 chest, that is pitiful. Oh, they miss eventually because of combo breaker. But would that really matter if they miss? Because they have automatic extra turn, so even if they miss, you still get to take the turn. Even with Combo Breaker just makes it so you don't end up getting a direct extra turn. Since he automatically has an extra turn attached to him, Combo Breaker shouldn't make too big a difference. Of course, Greenstorm's slightly manipulating it now. But you'll notice, like right here, Combo Breaker probably made it, so he missed right there. But it doesn't matter because we get automatic extra turn. So we can just swipe all that if we really want to. The Combo Breaker doesn't necessarily really do anything. It would if he didn't have an automatic extra turn, which is why gem spawns normally aren't used. But I don't know, with the automatic extra turn, it doesn't make as big a difference, or it shouldn't. Yeah, I wish there was something in this delve that actually used brown decently. There is nothing good in this delve that uses brown. Actually, there's really only one troop that uses brown, and it's useless. I really wish they would have made the mana generator brown from this faction. If they would have made the exploding mushroom brown-green, it would actually be a ridiculously good troop. Not because it would be much better, but just because it would synergize with this thing. I'm actually surprised they didn't make it brown-green. Not a single thing from this faction is brown-green, despite the fact that the banner is brown-green. I found that really odd. I'm not sure why they did that. But that mushroom definitely should have been brown-green. So that's a lot of green. Wow, 22 greens on the board? Or there was. There we go. Also, I like how he just reached max gold almost every battle. This is how many extra turns it ends up getting. Like, how would they not get an extra turn? As long as you're not frozen, they will always get an extra turn. It's technically possible that they won't line up, but they always get an extra turn. Unless they're frozen. Like, it doesn't matter if we loop him 100 times in a row, he's always going to get his extra turn. Do other factions have a troop exactly matching the banner? Yes. I believe there are. Let's see. And then again, I guess most of them do... Well, they have synergies that work a bit better with it. But there are some that do. I know All Seeing Eye does. I'd have to go through all of them, like, double check. I know All Seeing Eye does. It's a green-blue banner and there's a green-blue troop. The summoner's green-blue. But I'm pretty sure there are several factions that have troops of the exact same color. Crypt is red-purple, and it has that one converting troop. Oh, never mind, that troop isn't red-purple. Yeah, I guess a lot of factions don't have it that way. I think like 1/3 of them do. Yeah, Luna and Warrens. Yeah, I think about 1/3 to 1/2 of them have a troop that's the exact color of the faction. Which isn't really any consistency. Yep, perfect timing for tribute. Grab all that. There's one other thing I wanted to go do real quick. Oh yeah, duh, the pet. Let me go do that real quick. Alright, let me go check my video that I just posted. Taha! Earlier this morning. I can just copy all the teams from that. I should probably just keep that up and just use that for that. It has all 5 of them as well, so I don't need to keep any of them around. Let's see. And I'll probably make a revamped one if the meta ever changes for it. That is not the video I want. Where'd it go, where'd it go, where'd it go? It is right there. Loading, loading, loading. Pausing, pausing, pausing. No, I do not want an ad. Well, actually, I do want an ad. That's how I make money. But I do not want an ad right now. Let's see. There we go. Grab all the teams. Oh no! Just double clicking it doesn't get the entire bracket system. I don't think it works without the brackets. But anyways, edit, manage team, paste team, put that in there. Still using Sun Spear with it, which is fine. Need to get that hero class leveled as well. I need to stay on this page so I can actually copy them. I'm not going to keep the notepad on. Copy, copy. Let's see. Do that one. And then once we paste the other one over, I can just switch back. Shouldn't take that long at all. I might just start running the that quick team though. Like use the infinite loop team after like the third or fourth battle here with this team. Might end up just working out best. Like after this battle, just switching to the infinite loop one. Because this does get a relatively quick start. So its main purpose is to infinitely loop damage into stronger stuff. I was not expecting him to take both of them, but oh well, that should be enough to kill. Why, let me paste? I hate when it does this. What is the fix for this? Is it like an extra space somewhere? Why you do this? Function properly, there you go. I think it was because I had extra space or something. YouTube and their annoying extra space adding. Why you gotta do this to us? I have no clue why YouTube always likes adding an extra space. Like if I do it from a notepad, it will consistently never do that. You try doing it off of YouTube, it's like, oh no, we're just gonna add random space right here so it doesn't work. Okay, grab a gold. Overdrop over there. We'll take a green for now. The last of our mana going. And it would start key spamming. Actually, you know what? Let me go for slightly more gold. And just max out the... Oh, no, never mind. He's frozen. That's not good. Yep, and now he's in first slot. Well, then. Also, that's the toad I was talking about. This is the thing that the pet is based on, is the giant toad. Which is true, probably most people forget about. Because it's pretty irrelevant. You only really see in these pet battles. But, yeah, that's the droop that the new toad pet is based off of. That we'll have pretty soon. Since we're almost there. Level 2000 faction thing. Or 2000 renown from the faction, we'll get it. Oops, did I forget to switch my team? I copied it in order to like go try switching to it, but then I didn't bother switching the team. That's a fail. Oh, it still worked. Luckily their stat lines were within kill range. Oh, wait, never mind. That was actually the right one. That was not the one I meant to switch for. This was the one I wanted to switch for. Again, YouTube! Stop adding a random space after the thing. Why? Why you gotta be like this? Keeps adding a random space. YouTube. I specifically made sure that it was just the actual thing, but it still ends up adding a random space. YouTube hates us. Let's see. What do we do here? Don't kill it. Don't make me restart the battle. I'm going to have to. Luckily we have infinite tries. Normally worth it, just a quick kill. You can technically just repeat a few times and just wait till you have perfect start alignment. And then just one-shot loop them. Like this. Oh, this one isn't exactly optimal, but it works. It's not close enough. We'll take that for now. And he's super dead now. Oh yeah, impervious. Whoops. Whoops, that's a thing. And dead. The almighty impervious. Okay, let's go and get that one down. See what else we can do from there. No. We don't have an option, do we? Obviously, we could take that skull. Oh, yeah, wait, we have it on green. Tell me we have it on yellow. Come on. No. We'll take that for now. Still no yellow. Still no yellow. I think it's still worth it, though. Don't kill it. Good. Now I just need Deathmark not to kill it. I think we buff up the next one in line because he's probably going to die. It has impervious anyway, so we don't even get to hit extra damage on it with Whip Spinner. There we go. Okay. That was a bit of a shaky battle, but I'll take it. And grab our white pet food, which we'll need for the new pet that we'll be getting soon. When's the next big update? The next big update is Toon TM. But yeah, it's in about a month. No official date yet, but likely mid to late August, probably late August. But soon TM is when it actually is. No official date. We'll probably have more info on that soon. Being beta tested right now. And by beta tested, I mean we're just complaining about stuff. No, but there's a feature in there that's way too controversial for them not to adjust, and hopefully they will be in the near future, like before the patch comes out, ideally. Let's see. We'll go into this. Soon TM. Yeah, late August is the most likely time. That's generally when they get updates out around this time of year. They're almost always around mid to late August. And the next one after that, I believe, is normally early October. Early to mid-October. And then they normally try to do one, I believe, late November, and then one right before, or not even late November, but sometime like in November, and then they try getting one out before the end of the year, like right at the end of December, like mid-December, before they take off for the year. Yeah, we should have 3 to 4 more patches this year. Definitely one next month, most likely. Then another one probably October. Then definitely one before the end of December, and there might be a 4th one in there. No official dates on any of them, though. Oh yes, the next class weapon is more broken than this new troop. The next class weapon is pretty much automatic free double kill in the context of PvP and other similar things. You cannot upskill it in Delves though, but as far as the purpose of PvP and other similar related stat stuff, it's going to be ridiculously broken. It's basically Skeleton Key with over double the damage, except no extra turn. But they basically replaced out the extra turn for a ridiculously absurd amount of damage. If you thought Skeleton Key was strong, wait until you have a double Farish Ra, but stronger than Farish Ra option. Not only can it hit more to a single troop than Farish Ra, it hits 2 instead of 1. And it's also way lower mana cost. I think it's like 14 mana cost, whereas Ferrous Raw is 24. So Ferrous Raw does have mana accumulation, whereas this will have absolutely no mana accumulation. Plus it auto ends its turn with no % chance of ever keeping your turn. So it's so much damage that it doesn't really matter that it doesn't keep your turn. Yeah, the other issue with this weapon is it's not consistently hitting anything. I believe both targets are completely random. And that might pose an issue with some mechanics. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Let's see. Is it still bugged? Yes, it's still bugged. I'll take this one. Yeah, there's something really interesting next patch that I really want to talk about, but can't. Like, it is extremely meta shifting. It's something I've actually been wanting for a while. I'm surprised they made a stats effect out of it. I was expecting it to be more of a trait, but yeah, it ended up working out interestingly. We'll go for that one. Yeah, the beta version's been up for almost a week now. For anyone who's in it. Okay, and then we go on this one. Will the key affect Guild Wars? Or not the key, but the new gold weapon? Yeah, you could use it for Guild Wars. I forget what color the weapon is, though. I believe it's blue. Pretty sure it's blue. I believe it's a 14 cost blue weapon. So yeah, I guess you could use it on Blue Guild War if you want. I'm not sure what really works for gold synergy on Blue Day, though, other than Cedric. Like, what's a good gold booster? Oh, I know what it is. Oh, never mind. I was going to say Scurvy Sea Dog. He's not blue. Huh. What even gives you gold that's blue? Like empowered gold or quick gold in general? Like, there's Cedric for the team, but there's no, like, gold farming troop. None that I can think of off the top of my head. Because Greed isn't, Leprechaun isn't. Scurvy Sea Dog isn't. He creates blue, but he isn't blue. I don't know, what gives you gold that is blue? I don't think there is really an option, is there? Merchant Prince? I guess technically. Not the best of options, but if he was literally your only option, he would be fine for that purpose. Just because the weapon's so ridiculously strong that it's fine to waste a whole slot to feed it gold. Also, it has so much damage, you don't even necessarily need Cedric. Because the next weapon has damage based on the enemy's gold as well. On top of your own gold at a 1-to-1 ratio. Which is double the ratio that key has. Which is a 2-to-1 instead of a 1-to-1. When's the code? We're handing out code once we reach 450 faction. We're going all the way to 500 this stream. And when's the update? Soon, TM. That is when the update is. That's likely late August. Is the next mythic any good? Is the next mythic finally that one mythic that was supposed to come and was delayed like 2 or 3 times? That one Devour mythic that's like Great Maul? I mean, not like Great Maul, like Black Beast, I mean. It has potential. I'm not sure if it's going to be viable. But it's gonna make for some interesting scroll spam teams. It's one of those weird options where your team is basically 3 troops rather than 4. However, it makes your 1 troop a lot stronger. But yeah, it should be pretty good. I feel like a few skull spam teams are going to get built around it. It's also going to be pretty tanky since it can just keep getting more and more stats. I forget what typing the other typing was on it. I don't believe it can have half mana start. Probably the biggest thing holding the next mythic back. Let me double check. What typing was it? I don't recall it having half mana start off of a 50%. Let me see. I believe it was Daemon and something else, and I know for sure Daemon doesn't have it. Where'd it go? Oh, what's its other typing? Wait, what? It only has 1 type. It's only Daemon. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, it won't have half mana start. That's the biggest thing holding it back. There's almost every good team these days has a half mana start. Or a really good empower option to make it all work. They really need to add 50% or 40% Daemon start, though. Kind of like how Divines have. Because a lot of Daemon mythics became a lot weaker. Because all the Divine mythics ended up getting 50% mana start and now 40%. But Daemons have nothing. Which just makes all the Divine mythics always better than the Daemon ones. There's 2 reasons for that. One is most of the Divine mythics are more recent than the Daemon ones. But the other reason is because Daemons don't have any mana start, whereas the Divine ones do. And a pretty good one at that. Even Divine Ishbala, even after its nerf, it's still insanely good. One of the best mana starting troops in the game. Even after its nerf. Also, my mouth has been really sore since yesterday. I feel like I might almost be allergic to raw tomatoes. I know that is an allergy that can be a thing. I know my dad is. I always just hated the taste of them. But I'm not sure if I'm actually like allergic or something to them. Because my mouth towards the right side is like ridiculously sore since yesterday. And then ended up getting, I ended up walking over to Wendy's, but they forgot to do no tomato on them, so I just took them off. But, I don't know. I need to look into that. I know personally I always avoid them. Let's see. I'm allergic to the mushrooms. So many mushrooms in the stove. Grab that one. Hello, Exos. Welcome. Ha ha ha, fun guy. They made the same pun with the thing in game, the title or whatever it was. Oh yeah, that one that you just mentioned, Chalky, sounds interesting. What kingdom is that even for? Because that's actually somewhat relevant. It seems like it's for Merlantis. Yep, it is. Well, that makes sense. I was gonna say, a mechanic like that seems exactly Merlantis-like. And apparently it is. Let's see, what's his unique trait? What's the one after the next one? Submerge all allies. Whoa! When matching 4 times of gems? Okay, that's pretty relevant. That's actually not too bad. It's kind of like Infernus with Submerge. Basically like a Submerge version of Infernus. Not exactly, but really close to that. Do you understand why the pet from this faction isn't a mushroom? Probably because I believe the kingdom already has a mushroom pet. It does. Zhe has that purple mushroom as a pet. So they already have a mushroom pet. The other reason is probably because, oh no. That's the main reason I could really think of why it's not a mushroom though. Is the kingdom already has one. So it makes sense to have 2 of them. There wasn't enough room for a mushroom. Ha 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 ha. That's stretching it a bit. With that mushroom has enough room. Didn't they commission art for like 20 pets all at once? They commissioned the art for like every pet in the game all at once. Most of the art for the pets, like around 90% of all the art for the pets, my understanding was done all at once. Very few of them have been done outside of that instance. Yeah, most of the pets that we see around today, they were already made like upwards of a year ago. There's still assets from like a year and a half on the pets that they still haven't used. Several of them actually. By several I mean like dozens. That they've had done for over a year now. Even the typing and what they plan on using them for has been determined for that amount of time. They've just been adding them at a ridiculously slow rate for whatever reason. They added enough... There was enough pets in the files that they could have added a new pet every single week, and we'd probably still not have ran through every single pet yet. That is how many pets they initially made. Yeah, I can go through the pet menu right now and probably find like 3 dozen that they haven't done. Let's see, let's do a head count real quick. Not all of these were recent, but most of these, I mean, not all of these were the old ones, but most of them were. Let's go do a head count real quick on all the ones that aren't in the game. 1, 2, actually we can just see the number. We can just scroll all the way down. There are 51. And of those 51, I would say about 75%, if not more, were pets that were already kind of done for years now, or by at least over a year. But yeah, around 51. So as far as from that first batch, I would say at least 30 of those were from the first batch still. And that's over a year and a half old at this point. That's how long pets have been around, right? About a year and a half? I think somewhere's around there. I actually forget when they were initially added. I know it was sometime last year. I forget exactly when. I believe it was like early last year. We got a lot of really gigantic patches last year. Compared to this year, we've gotten almost nothing relative to how gigantic the patches were last year. Though the best thing we got this year was, of course, the team switching thing. Or, you know, like the team sharing and everything. That is by far my favorite thing that they've added in a very long time. I believe we do have a koala pet. However, yeah, it's kind of weird. They're from Australia, and we still don't have a kangaroo pet. How could they do such a thing? They are a disgrace to their own stereotype. Let's see. We'll go for that one. Actually, do we even have a kangaroo troop? I don't believe we do. That would be like a perfect thing for Pride Lands. Do we have a kangaroo troop? I feel like we do, but don't. I don't recall one. Oh yeah, plains jumper. Yeah, we do have one. Oh, that's a useless troop though. Doesn't count. That one doesn't count. But yeah, I guess we technically do have one. Yeah, I forgot about that troop because it's so ridiculously useless. I don't even recall what it does. It's so useless. I think it's like a small amount of damage to something and maybe a stun. If I had to guess. Whatever it is pointless. I need to go check now. Because I'm gonna wonder what on earth it does. Oh, yeah, it was a bounty troop. Oh yeah, it's one of those useless bounty troops that never gets used. Though, in all fairness, most bounty troops are useless. Only like 25% of them are ever useful for anything. Is it one of the better bounty troops? I don't believe it was. Let me double check. I don't recall ever using it on past the event. I don't even recall using it for the event. But, pretty sure it was just some kind of damage with some small side effect. Let me see, what on earth does it do? It'll ever load. Drink my invisible drink. And a bunch of water. Actually, I need to go get more water. Should be enough for the stream, though. Okay. Plains jumper. What on earth do you do? Destroy a row, deal damage to the first enemy. Yeah, it's one of those kind of relevant ones. It does have dodge. It does have quick mana start. It's okay board control. I guess it's okay. In the context of bounty hunter, it's okay. The problem is its coloration is brown-red. So when would you really ever use it? Because that conflicts with quite a few other colors. It conflicts with Takaraki, and it conflicts with, that's why I never use it and consider it so bad. Because you would almost never use this compared to Takaraki. Like, if this was a different mana color, it would actually be pretty relevant. But because it's brown-red, it's actually going to be pretty bad. Because almost every single time you're going to go opt for Takaraki. Or for that other brown-red troop that creates brown and purple. Or red and purple, whatever it was. But Takaraki's just so ridiculously good. It's by far the best bounty troop. 3-to-1 boost ratio based on armor, and it does a bunch of true damage. And hit ridiculously high. You can actually solo entire battles just with him. Just use the rest as meat shields. But yeah, Plains Jumper's ability could be okay in Bounty Hunter. Just the color of its makes it a bit of a confliction with most teams. I guess if you're not running true damage, then you could get away with it. But even still, even if you're not running a true damage team, you almost still use Takaraki. Because how ridiculously high his damage is. Because if they have something like 100 armor, that's a free 33 damage on top of what you're already doing. Of course, it gets even higher than that. We need a platypus troop that poisons, summons eggs, and true damage. They're eventually going to get every single animal in the game, I would assume. There's quite a few that we still don't have, though. Let's see. I guess we kind of have a rhino, but we don't have an elephant. We don't have a hippo. We don't have... I don't believe we have a giraffe yet, which is actually a surprising one that we don't have a pet for. I don't believe we have a giraffe yet. I don't even think it's within the files either, as far as, like, planned pets. What other things? We don't have some various species of birds. We don't have... I don't think we have any skunks. We don't have... let's see... I don't think we have a moose. We're probably missing several others. I know, it's hard to think of just off the top of my head based on, because there's so many creatures already in the game. Like 700 something things in the game. Oh no, I don't really consider Tuskar to count as an elephant. It's like a species of creature that isn't exactly that. But I guess it's kind of close because it has the, actually, you know what? Yeah, never mind. Tuskar. I was thinking of a different one. Yeah, actually, Tuskar is pretty close, isn't it? Literally has the tusk and the elephant thingy. Nose. Mythic treasure is technically an elephant. Yeah, I guess so. Actually, it's quite literally an elephant. Why are the Delve pets invisible? I don't know. I have no clue why they made them invisible. But they are. Oh, that was a gigantic miss. Meadow should be able to get rolling here. Or not. Okay. We'll take that for now. A little short on manas. I guess we could try for it off of Skyda or just take a green for now. Go grab that and just kind of keep looping. Go to that, get another hit down. Get our other one going. They're not invisible, they're just in their kingdoms now. Yeah, I haven't really been paying much attention to these thingies. Because I don't click chill on owns normally. Because the only thing I don't own is the Warren's pet and the 2 money pets. And technically the most recent faction pet. We'll have that in about an hour or less. Actually, it might be a little bit more than an hour. I think I'm underestimating how long delves take. Especially since they keep taking longer as we keep progressing forward. Because we still have, what, 7 more delves? Yeah. And even at the rate that we're doing it in, that's going to take, it's a little bit less than 1 minute per battle, I believe. But it still comes out to a decent amount of time. Probably like 8 to 9 minutes per delve. You don't have any unowns? Does that mean you bought both the two $50 pets? I wish there was a way to obtain them by other means. There probably won't ever be. Though they might eventually go on sale for so much that it might just get it. Like if they go on sale for like 50% or more, I might just go for it. We got mail. Oh, that's obviously from the extra shards. Never mind. I thought that was something more relevant. It's like, nope, just normal shards. This team was taking you... I guess it depends on how much damage you do. I can go time the next delve. Wait, are we in the next delve right now? Yeah, let's go time it. Let's see. See how long it takes. I don't think it's taking us that long. 20 minutes for a level 300 delve? How many potions did you buy? Yeah, I'll go time it real quick. We're in the first room in the delve. So let's just let it run for like 5 seconds to make up for the time that we already just did. And let's let it run a few. Okay, and I'll start. Yeah, we'll time to see how long the delve takes. It shouldn't take anywhere near 20 minutes though. Could be under a minute per battle, which is pretty standard for delves. And it's pretty quick for later delves. Oh, why am I checking the other one? We saw this was... Oh, actually, yeah, that's a treasure room, so we will take this one first. That's why we checked it. Aha! Where's all my good mana? Oh, well, let's take that for now. And then just get everything rolling. Don't you dare revive. He's probably going to. Gonna be annoying on us. Good, no revives. Yeah, we could save about a second or two per battle with the controller. Approximately. Maybe a few more seconds than that. Because it makes it so you don't misclick or anything. And with how you have to cast them so often, it definitely helps. Also makes it so you don't have to move your mouse as much. Yeah, we're making pretty good pace. We're at 4:30 right now. This is almost like the end of delves. Oh, how did we not get mana from that? Not good. Do that down. I almost didn't get a loop. Again, almost happened. Wow. Really unlucky battle. It's almost the halfway point. Halfway through this battle's the halfway point. Yeah, it looks like about an 8-minute delve then. Which is a little bit quicker than average. Because the average delve's about 1 minute per room. Which there's 9 rooms, so it's 9 minutes average. I would say is the average delve. And that's past the halfway point. We're at 4 minutes. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be slower, that's for sure. I guess depending on your stats, and I guess not using controller would make it slightly slower, but it should still be like 10 minutes, even so. Which isn't bad for this late in delves. But the time should come out to like 7 to 8 for what we're doing right now. Probably close to the 8. We're also getting a bit lucky with not getting any of them summoning their things. That obviously would slow us down by about 30 seconds each time. He's not going to have mana, so let's take whatever. And then we can get it going. We just keep getting his mana back every single time. We don't even need the second guy. He's doing it on himself, luckily, because of the green storm helping out. It looks like we'll be able to 7-minute this one. We got lucky with 0 revive so far. Oh no, I'm about to jinx it. He has revive. Oh no. I just jinxed it. He's gonna revive at 100% chance. There's a 110% chance he revives. We got lucky this delve and not having a single one. This will be the first delve in a while we actually don't have a single revive. Oh, you can get layouts that don't have any as well. Obviously, we don't have to worry on it. But we had 3 battles that could revive, and not a single one did this time. Oh, unless this guy does. You know he's going to. Yep, caught it. Told you. I jinxed it. He had a 100% chance to revive right there. Even though it's only 25%. Let's see. It didn't waste that much time, though. We already had a good loop going. And then the final one. Yeah, I would say realistically this does 8 minutes per delve. And it would be even quicker if you were doing lower level delves. Though, of course, that can vary based on stats. This team is dependent on having some amount of stats, obviously. If he was only doing 30 damage, this would be excessively slow. But if he's doing at least 50 damage, this would be worth it. Mine's currently doing 69. And it's dead. And it looks like it takes a little under 8 minutes. Yeah, that seems about right. That's a level 430 delve. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, a little under 8 minutes. How long it takes. The more you know. Let's see, close window. Yeah, I wouldn't have expected that to take more than 10 minutes then, even without controller and everything. Especially with how high your stats were. Yeah, if it is taking you 10 minutes, then Iron Gut technically would be quicker though. Because he can pretty consistently get 1-minute battles. As long as it's not like a really immune team. Like a lot of Impervious and stuff, or Dwarves. But aside from those teams, he normally can do 1 per minute. Obviously comes out to about 9 minutes. But a Dwarf room can take like 2 or 3 minutes for him. Especially since we can't use Curse in this stealth. All the better Curse options are not available, so you have to use Possessed King. Which is still a great option, it's just sometimes it just takes a bit longer when you have to deal with 3 or 4 immune to Devour. Like this battle right here is a little bit annoying, it has 3 immune to Devour. Another one, the slightly annoying ones for Iron Gut. It's also technically a slightly annoying one for this team, if and only if we didn't have Dispel. With Dispel, this one's actually ridiculously easy. Because all we have to do is get an extra turn. So he dodges that one, but as soon as we get an extra turn, we won't have it anymore. Hello, extra turns, where are you? Okay, let's take that over. It'll give us the extra turn we need to get rid of all that Submerge. And now we just infinitely loop him and not have to deal with any of that. And that is why we're using Warden hero class. Wow, these loops are doing horrible right now. I'll do that again. And now we should be able to infinite loop. Oh, come on. There we go. Yeah, the money pets are always available. But it costs like $100, which is not worth it to most people. Oh yeah, there's only 1 money pet on console, and only if you're on Xbox. There's currently 3 money pets. Only 2 of them are obtainable on PC and mobile. But it's there's 3 of them. There's one for Steam, which are only available on PC mobile. There's one for Android, which is only available on PC mobile, obviously specifically on Android. And there's one for Xbox One. PS4 does not have one, and Switch does not have one yet. And console can't get either of the other 2. And PC Mobile can't get the Xbox One. The whale pets. $50 is nothing for a whale, though. Let's see. Take the blue. And should be able to kill it in 1 more hit. We have exactly 69. I still find it funny that our damage this entire time has been 69 on the dot. Yep, still 69. Quite the fun number. Let's see. What is my current class? I'm using Warden for Green Storm and Dispel. Dispel is for Submerge and Barrier, and Green Storm is for better Infinite Loop. It's not needed for Infinite Loop, but it makes it more consistent. Well, apparently we got another pet. Wait, our pet already expired? That was a quick hour. It's already been an hour? Wow, time flies by. Well, I guess we'll need to go do that pet as well. Because I need the pet food off it, even though I don't need the pet itself. Also, they really need a way to target pets. It is so ridiculously annoying to get the newer pets. Because you keep getting all these older useless pets that you don't need anymore. Rather than copies of troops that you do need for pets. Okay, through Moro. And then we'll hand out a code, actually. Because they said as soon as we reach Del 450, we'll hand out a code. And that will be Del 450 after these next 3 battles. Why did I take that? That was a pointless color. We still had blue available. I will full mana next turn. We'll take whatever. Let's take that. And I will double all the green. I deliberately didn't take green so we could have better chance of extra turning. If we still didn't get it, but oh well. Oh, I should have taken those greens. I could have already had full mana by taking the 5 times green. Should have taken it. I was hoping we'd just get an extra turn there, but apparently not. Wow. Okay, well, this is slightly bad, but we'll have full mana next turn, I guess. There we go. And it should be the infinite loop we need. Took a little while to get up that time. So long we don't even have our green storm anymore. It's generally a bad sign. We should always try winning within 4 turns with this team. And there we go. Oh, there's that annoying dwarf room. Well, not annoying for this team. I guess it's slightly annoying for this team because we have, he's going to convert all green to brown. Luckily, we can repair that by just doing that. Then double the green, and we're already good to go. It barely even mattered that he did that. If anything, he actually helped us by creating browns that we can extra turn off of. Get even more mana back into them. And the final one, then we'll hand out a code. And then we'll do the rest of them all the way to 500. Okay, we'll grab the brown for now. That'll be a nice full mana. And let's get our infinite. That should be enough for it. Yeah, it is. Also, it's pretty easy to tell what turn we end up getting infinite onto by looking at the green storm. We can see that's our second turn, which means you only got 1 turn. Why'd I do that? I should have just done the other one. It was a slight waste of time to do that when we already have both their abilities up, or either of their abilities up. If neither of them are up, then not, yes, we obviously do him. But if one of them has their ability, we should always cast it. Because it doesn't actually do any damage if we cast Forest Troll. Whereas it does if we cast the little shrooms. There we go. And as I mentioned earlier, at 450 we'll hand out a code, and that is 450. Let's go hand out a code. Let's see. Grab a mark right over here. Copy, copy. Save that. And put this right over here. Copy the whole thing. Oops, I forgot the space bar. YouTube, stop at it. Actually, that wasn't even YouTube that time. That was just my thing. I don't know. Why does copy pasting always love to add a space? I guess maybe it's not just YouTube. Maybe it's just the entirety of copy paste. I don't know. Whenever I do it in Notepad, it doesn't do it. But I don't know. Maybe it's Chrome browser. It might just be my Chrome browser, actually. Maybe it's just like a browser issue. Because I know when I do it in Notepad, it doesn't add an extra space. So it might just be something with Chrome weirdly doing it. Anyways, there's the code. Use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. Redeem code is right over there in chat. It's copy and pasted from over there. Invite code is found underneath in the settings menu, whatever your game says over there. Underneath the invite code section. Underneath settings, all the way in bottom left. And give same reward as always, 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. And it only works on PC mobile version. Enjoy, everyone. I'll have another one later tonight when we go do Pure Faction in about 5 hours from now. And for now, we'll go and get all the way to 500, which we'll easily be able to get done this stream, if this game would ever load. Hello, game. Would you like to load sometime today? Trying to go claim my code that I just did, but apparently it wants to lag. We barely even did any battles since then. Come on, game. Shouldn't take this long. Oy. Any second now. You got this. Loading screen simulator. Let's see. That's funny. I posted the screenshot to the thing and someone was like, I was wondering if anyone would ever get the level 10 chest without the +1 upgrade. And he said I should have known it would have been me. That's pretty funny. But yeah, I believe we're one of the only few that did. It's very rare to get a +11 chest. Obviously, you can't actually get a +11, but we were able to get it during the event thingy earlier, a +10 chest, which means it theoretically would have been 11. It's not actually possible to get 11 chests though. Okay, I'm about to restart the game. This is taking way too long. Come on, game. Why you gotta be like this? Seems like the only version of the game that like has this issue. Mobile slightly has it and consoles slightly have it, but it's nowhere near as bad as it is on the PC version. Or the Steam version. Well, this is both the same thing. Anyways, Steam, would you like to function? There we go. Games, view games library. Hello? There we go. That was weird. Okay, now it's working. Now it should load back up. Oh, you got it too? Nice. And screenshot on Discord. I'm pretty sure several people have gotten it by now. I'm not sure what the exact chance is to get like a +11 or, you know, a +11. But it's somewhere around like under 1%. It's like 0. It's definitely a decimal of a percent. I'm not sure exactly what it would come down to though. Let's grab all this, including the redeem code, which of course is the same loot as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,500 gold. The other things is from the faction. But anyways, let's go back to the faction itself. I guess we'll claim our PvP thing real quick, just because why not? Ah, 12 wins. And back to game mode. Oh yeah, we didn't do the pet yet. Let's go do that real quick, I guess. Go do the pet right over here. You know what? Let's go try, I'm going to try using the other team real quick. Let me go for the first few battles. I'm going to use what we've been using. But for the rest of the battles, I'm going to try using the mushroom thing that we were using earlier. And see if it can actually work for us. What? It just copied something to my thing. Why did it not work? That's weird. It copied it. What? Okay, now I'm really confused. Is my copy function not working? Working. Let's see, I definitely copied it. It is definitely copied. There we go. Okay, that was weird. Why did it not want to go? Anyways. Copied it like 3 times and didn't want to go. Oh, 3rd time's a charm. Also, now my thing's not wanting to work. That's weird. Why is my controller thing's inverted now? Oh yeah, duh, I remember. Because of that thing. It always tries loading the other preset after restart the game when the controller's already plugged in. That's not too big a deal though, it just uses a different button for the thing. Yeah, it is really rare to get a level 10 chest with the bug. If anyone gets it, definitely screenshot it. It's a pretty funny screenshot. 0% on the final chest with the level 10 chest on it. What was I looking for? I'm looking for, let me just grab it from here. Grab it from in-game. Oh, we got tribute too, perfect. Let me just grab it from over here. Manage team, copy. Games, and I'm curious to see how this functions in pets. Actually, I might as well time it. We can assume the first 3 battles took 1 minute. So we just add 1 minute to that timer. Oh, I used the wrong team. I forgot to paste it. Fail! Whoops, let me retreat. But yeah, just add 1 minute this time and should be about where it would be. Okay, let's go see how long it takes. And we just add 1 minute to whatever that time comes out to. I believe this would be slower, but I just want to see how it goes. Oh yeah, it's definitely going to be slower. At this point, it's not even remotely close. Way too early of a low battle to use it on. Actually, that's not too bad. If he gets a summon, it's not going to slow us down either. But not too much. And also, now we don't have to switch our team twice. We can do this all the way up to any level. They could have infinite stats and we'd still go for it. Nah, I didn't get the cascade. Go grab that. Hopefully we'll get lucky on these browns. Good. Good. That should be enough to kill. So in order for this to actually be quicker, it would have to be, timer has to end at around 3 minutes 30 seconds. And it doesn't look like we're gonna make it. We'd have to do 3 battles in 2 minutes. Might happen. Okay, this needs to give us a lot of browns. Yeah, that'll work. Should be fine. Okay, and now we should be able to just infinite loop this. Yeah, 1.5 minutes for 2 battles. Otherwise it's slower, which it most likely is going to be slower. I'm pretty confident with it being slower. I just wanted to see how fast it would actually go though. Though it doesn't slow down as much on these later battles. That could be a good web spinner alternative to the previous team I was using. Assuming they don't nerf this thing. I still hope they don't. There's a possibility he might get tweaked eventually though. But that's a pretty big power creep if they keep him exactly as is. Though at least he's a ridiculously easy troop to obtain. Not like it's a power creep with a troop that's ridiculously hard. Like if they did it with a mythic or something, this one's super easy to obtain. If nothing else, if they keep it exactly as is, this is a really good mid-game team. It runs through the entire game, but you know, it's really accessible. For how cheap it is, it's insanely strong. Okay, it does look like it's actually on par. I'm not sure if it would consistently be on par though. But that's 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Oh no, revive ruined it slightly. But not too big a deal. Oh wait, oops, I was doing that as if we have 200 damage, not delves. It's not too bad. Too bad at all. A little under 5 minutes. Yeah, it's definitely slower, without a doubt. But yeah, it gets the job done. That's 4 minutes and like 50 seconds or so. But it's still under 5. Anything under 5 is decent. But it is slower than switching 3 times. Or switching twice, I should say. You know, using 3 teams, switching twice. But yeah, it's still technically worth doing. If you wanted to run it that way. Not that much slower. The rewards will collect itself. Oh, I should probably go collect the rewards. I just completely forgot. Gonna need that pet food in a moment. Also, I need to make sure that Valraven doesn't escape. No escape for you. Yeah, let's go get the pet food, I guess, real quick. It auto collects, but we'll go get it right now. See what we actually get out of it. Three white, 4 purple, and 4 gimlets of all things. Really? You're gonna drop us 4 of a pet that we already have mythics? I gotta do that. Do that when we actually need the pet. Oh, double treasure room, nice. This stuff can theoretically have 3 treasure rooms. This one's % chance for treasure room. The top left's also % chance for treasure room. And the one all the way in top right's guaranteed treasure room. However, overall, it's still pretty underwhelming for treasure rooms. At least relative to Warrens or Silver Necropolis. Which are by far the best 2, with Silver Necropolis being the best. If you get +1 beyond a level 10 chest, it does nothing. It is impossible to get beyond a level 10 chest. Even if you get a level 11 chest, it gives you a level 10 chest. Like, if you get a chest upgrade when you're at a level 10 chest, it just leaves it at a level 10 chest. It is impossible to go higher, even though it's theoretically possible to get a level 12 chest. Also, I have never gotten a level 12 chest before. Well, for one, it's impossible, but you know, like, theoretically, getting a level 12 chest I've never gotten before. And it is possible to know if you would have, because you get +4 on the final battle. So if you're entering the final battle with +8, then you know you got a level 12 chest technically. And obviously if you'll go into it with level 7, then you got a level 11 chest. But if you ever do get an 11 or a 12, it just makes it a level 10. It doesn't go any higher. Yeah, level 12 is excessively rare. Because that means you have to have gotten a upgrade on every single room. And there's some rooms that have like a 10% chance to upgrade. Like the common tier 1 rooms. And I believe tier 2s are around 15% or 20? Yeah, 20% or so. But yeah, every single room you'd have to get the % chance on it in order to get a level 12 chest. And even then, it just gives you a 10. I'm not sure if anyone has a screenshot of that. I'm pretty sure it exists somewhere. I know I personally have never gotten it before. So I've gotten 11 about 4 times now, if not more. Sometimes I don't keep track. Yeah, this team is starting to slow down, but it's still doing what seems to be 1 win per minute. And we already timed it earlier. It was 8 minutes for a level 430 delve for this team, which was slightly under 8 minutes. And 1 win per minute this late in delves is actually relatively quick. Actually, really quick. Okay, take these 3. Try Titania's fan instead of Shagra. It also cleanses all. It doesn't have any extra turn chance, does it? I believe its side effect is better, but it doesn't have extra turn chance, if I'm not mistaken. This is one of the main reasons behind our Shagra Heart. Yeah, the Squirrel Eater. I did get squirrel meat the other day. I went to Wendy's. I got chicken nuggets, a baconator, and what was that other burger called? One of their special burgers. I actually forgot its name already. Oh, this basically is new meta. Pretty much, for almost everything. There are still better PvP teams out there, though. This can be countered by freeze ridiculously hard. Even with a cleanse option. It doesn't work for absolutely everything, but yeah, it's pretty good for most everything. You can use it for higher level pets. You can use it for all of delves, literally all the way from 20 to 500, which is probably one of the few teams in the entire game that actually can maintain that speed the entire time. You can run it pretty decently for PvP, and it can pretty consistently take out 3 trophies. You could run it for Guild Wars. It's going to work on Guild War Defend for the Goblin team for one of the days, and yeah, there's pretty much anything you can use it for. The only locations you wouldn't use it is Explore, Challenges, Quest Lines, you know, like all those like ridiculously low stat areas, and against Freeze. Those are about the only instance you wouldn't use it. Because this team definitely does not function when frozen. That's how all goblins are. As well as most loop teams in general. You can counter it, of course, with Cleanse Hero, but it's not gonna do a lot if they have a lot of freeze options. If they're using Frost Mage plus another freeze option, it's probably not gonna be enough. You just have Hero there. So many hits. I didn't even keep track. How many hits is that so far? Like 20? Feels like 20. Actually, it wouldn't have been that many. I think that was like 13. A little mix of everything, which is actually not what we want to see. We want to see PR seals. Why is this board so bad? Actually, it's not that bad. We can double green and just get everything rolling. Yeah, 500 pure faction for this delve is pretty easy. What did you use for it? Was 4 of the troop, or did you use 3 in a tank? Because those are about the 2 options you really have. Is either use 4 of him or 3 in a tank. Unless you just want 1 of each or something. Yeah, we'll go for this one. And just go around the loop. Yeah, this team does get slower the deeper you go. But almost every faction team will be like that. Even Iron Gut team with its instant kills technically gets slower. Because you can occasionally lose your hero. This one's actually particularly good at not dying. Because Forest Troll has Entangle on Skull, as well as 33% score reduction, which stacks multiplicitly with a 25% reduction. So he's generally not going to die. You just go, if you really have to, you just go out of your way to take a skull. And he's not going to die to their skull damage. Because the team has Entangle already built into it. Of all the troll troops, by far Forest Troll is the most ridiculously overpowered one. I'm not sure why they made it so much better than all the others. Glad it's never been nerfed though. Works pretty good for this team, that's for sure. Yeah, Forest Troll of all the trolls is the most, the strongest one for sure. Not even close. Okay, yeah, go forward. Annoying transform troop. We have yet to actually get transformed. Even though this stealth has your transform on first battle, last battle, and of course the normal ones that appear in between, we've actually yet to get transformed a single time. Which is good, because if we do get transformed, not only does that troop stay there the entire time, the entirety of the delve, but it does count as a kill, so it doesn't count as deathless. Of course that really only matters for the 500th battle. The level 500 battle, if we go deathless. Still nice doing a deathless all the way through. Saves time. But yeah, we only have 3 more left, right? 470, 480, 490, 500. Never mind. 4 left. Come on. And this is the other 2. Oh, we got the annoying Leviathan one. Hello, Frosty. Welcome. Wire with the dots. The dots. Let's see. We'll go for that. Grab our. We'll take that down. Wait, well, could I have taken that for an extra turn? Whoops. Might have been able to. That's a big a deal, though. We already got our infinite loop. Main thing that matters there. Should probably take him the full mana, just in case. Luckily, you got it there, though. And down it goes. And of course, we don't need to deal with any of this submerge. And look at that, Warden level 83, making progress. Hey, I said it'd be around 85 by the end of it. Looks like I slightly overestimated it because it's going to be around, looks like it's going to reach around a little under 84. But, that's pretty close. Almost got all the way. Almost. And it should be dead. And then 4 more floors, or 4 more levels, I should say. Go on the floors because of delves. I mean, because of Tower of Doom. The other confusing one that still keeps getting me, even though it's not really that confusing, is the difference between kingdoms and factions. Obviously, it's pretty obvious. All the kingdoms are above ground, and all the factions are below. But I always like mix-match the 2 words when talking about kingdoms related to factions, or factions related to kingdoms. And again, the first slot just keeps getting all his mana back. Happened several times now. Where he basically just solos and lets the other guy do nothing. How does one obtain a Trickster Shot? You have to wait until the event. It's one of those old event weapons. However, it's an old event weapon that can be obtained, unlike previously in the past. But you need to wait until, I believe, a Bright Forest event, I believe, is the kingdom that's from. Whatever kingdom is associated to, you'd be able to get in a Soul Forge that week. Am I doing 500 pure tonight? Yes, that's the game plan. The game plan for this stream is get all the way to 500, and then Deathless, 500 Deathless. And then later tonight we do 500 pure faction. That is the game plan. But yeah, in about 5 hours from now, we'll be doing a stream and doing Pure Faction. But for now, we're just getting to Deathless 500. Now we're almost there. Hey, that actually didn't completely miss. Well, we got our mana. I didn't get an extra turn, so it partially missed. But oh well. As long as that's enough to get it looping. It should be. Yeah, it is. Good one. I like how this team's like, yeah, as soon as you get it looping, just auto win. You can already tell the second that it gets going that you already won. It's really obvious when this team is already won. As soon as you get like the mana in your favor, this doesn't stop. I gotta be careful. We could actually get frozen on our first slot if we scope poke him. I don't think that would matter much though. If he was green, it would matter, but he doesn't actually use green. He uses brown and blue. So I guess he could freeze our extra turn on the other thing, but it wouldn't really matter because he still has an automatic extra turn on him. So even if the extra turn's on brown, it still wouldn't end our turn just because we have automatic extra turn on them. And there we go, we won. Oh, never mind, I lied. Let's see. Never mind, I didn't lie. There we go. Does it matter what order the rooms you do the delves? Yes, you should try doing a multiplayer order to maximize your amount of points. It also helps increase your rewards as you go through each room, but it's mostly to increase the amount of points that you get per each room. Because your multipliers that you get on top of the amount of points that you get per room takes effect the second you take the multiplier. So you generally want to go for the bigger multipliers first and work your way down to lower ones. So this faction's pretty straightforward. You would look at the first two rooms to the top, see which one has a higher multiplier, pick both of them based on whichever one's higher, and then just take a circle. Because there's only one path for this delve after the first two rooms. And there we go, we won. Okay, I'll take all those browns and or that will happen too, never mind. I hate those explosions sometimes. Like, yay, wonderful starting board, and it's like, oh, never mind. Denied our perfect starting board. Well, not perfectly perfect, but decent starting board. Definitely above average. What do you grab here? Take Brown right over there. What is a good faction team? 4 times the Goblin? Yes. 4 times the Goblin or 3 times the Goblin with a tank. I'm just running 4 times the Goblin when I do it. He will be his own tank. Because you most likely have 25% score reduction, so that alone should be enough. You start with barrier, 25% reduction. All you have to do is wait out 8 turns, for the most part, and then you should just be able to loop the rest. There's a possibility he could fail because he doesn't have Green Storm or anything, but he should be able to get at least a dozen hits in, like 10 to a dozen, before it stops, after you get your full mana on all of them, which you automatically get after 8 turns. Can you use hero? No, hero cannot be used on pure faction. Unfortunately. Okay, maybe take this one and then the one right over there. There's a possibility we might be able to use heroes in the future, though. Like, the weapon that they made for this most recent faction seems like it would be perfect if you could actually use it for pure faction, except you can't. Because the weapon is... The whole premise of the weapon is to use 3 other troops from the kingdom with it. But unfortunately, you can't. You do not understand pure faction? Can you talk more about why do it and what is it all about? The main reason you would do it is because it gives you higher renown. You end up getting 500 renown based on the faction, based on how far you do pure faction. If you do it to 100, you get 100 renown. If you do it to 500, you get 500 renown. So 500 of the 2,500 potential renown you can have in a given faction is based on how far you go with pure faction. The main reason you do pure faction is it would max out the pet. So it counts as a level 20 pet in case you need it for a kingdom upgrade, which will be required for some kingdoms into the future. I believe the most recent one that will be requiring it is Darkstone, which I don't actually have the level 20 pet from. But I believe that one will be requiring 2 level 20 pets in the soonest amount of time. Other than that, the whole premise of pure faction is you have to run the 4 faction troops any way you want to. You can use 3 of one and 1 of another, like you can use multiple of a given one, but you can only use the 4 faction troops. Doesn't matter what order or how many of each, but you're restricted to just those 4 troops. And you have to build a team out of them. They could be 2 of one, 2 of another, 1 of each, 3 of one, 1 of another, however you want to do it. Or quite literally just 4 of one, as long as it's those 4 troops from the faction. There we go. 3 more to go. 480, 490, and 500 pure faction. Well, technically 4, I guess. 3 for now, but the 4th, of course, is 500 pure faction. We're just doing 500 death list for now. Also, I don't think we've lost a single troop this entire delve. I think this might be the first delve ever where I've actually lost 0 troops total. Assuming we can keep it up throughout the entire thing. Is this one worth it? We got a 1.3 and a 1.25, so we take this one and then wrap around. If you still have any other questions about it, let me know. Or if anyone has any questions about anything, let me know. Oh, I didn't do that. Oh, good. Cascaded, so I didn't give him anything. Yep, no problem, Super. Scott. So more renown means more bonus stuff. There's several things that higher renown does. It gives you higher gold per day. That's pretty trivial because it gives you such a small amount. It gives you more free ingots per day. This is also relatively trivial. However, it helps in getting all the weapons upgraded. But it gives you more ingots per day. And the third thing it does is... actually, 4 things it does. So it does the slightly higher gold per day. It does the slightly higher ingots per day. It gives you the potential of getting the faction pet. and getting that one copy of it, as well as level 20, is relevant for some kingdom-related upgrade stuff. And other than that, what's the fourth one? Oh, and the fourth one is you gain extra stats. Every 4,000 renown, you end up gaining an extra stat. And those apply literally everywhere, except for Arena. And it's permanent. I believe currently I have plus 3 HP, plus 2 armor, and plus 1 attack from having a high renown. I believe that's the highest you can have. You might be able to have one higher stat, I believe. But only if you have every single faction done. I have Warrens deliberately kept lower, which is why I don't have it currently. This cough needs to go away already. Do take grab that. There we go. On to the next one. Actually, wait, did I skip one? No, I didn't. I think I skipped one for a moment. Looked like there was still one up there in the top left. It's all those mushrooms that is probably throwing me off. I'm not used to like a bunch of random colored things all around the map like that. That like really threw me off the first time I saw it earlier. It's really different compared to how most of the other delves are. That's nice to see them doing like something extra for them. I think another interesting one was the boat one with the Sea of Sorrows, I believe it was. Or Sunken Fleet, I mean. So it looks like they're starting to get slightly more creative with how they do them. Which makes sense because I'm pretty sure they ran out of options. If they don't keep doing it more creative. Otherwise they're all going to look almost exactly the same. Actually, one thing I'm kind of surprised that they didn't add to delves is like being able to use your keys to open like secret door or something, like to get to a certain treasure room or something, like a gem key or something. I don't think that would be too controversial, depending on what the actual loot was within it. Let's see. I'll take the blue for now. Grab green. I'll take another green. Why not? Should be able to get us rolling as long as we take brown, and we do. And that's match. Another one bites the dust. Two and a half delves to go. Well, technically less than a half. Good evening, Raphael. Welcome. Yeah, the grind's been going well. And yes, we've actually been using this the entire time. And yes, it still works at a quick pace. Actually, we just timed at 430 and it took, or the 400, level 430 delve. Took 8 minutes. I think this one's taking us like 9 or so. I'm not timing it, obviously. 9 to 10. That's still not too bad for this late in delves. Okay, we're going all the way to 500 with it. It's actually going to be safer than probably Iron Get Team as well. Because all we have to do is take a skull and we're pretty much safe. Though I haven't even had any issue at all with him dying. Like, not even remotely close. I don't even think he's really been even getting hit between barrier and entangle. And to my understanding, I don't believe we've lost a single troop yet. I don't think we have. Doesn't seem like we have. We definitely never lost Forest Troll, that's for sure. I don't think we would have lost anything else, and we didn't get devoured or anything. Yeah, we've gone this entire event without actually losing anything. It would be our first time ever if we actually do. Because normally, almost always, we end up losing like Mountain Crusher or something in first slot. Because the enemy ends up trolling us with like Skull Spam or something. Because we don't normally have Entangle on that team. Because it just wastes a slot in that context. Whereas this team doesn't waste any location to put Entangle on. Because Forest Troll is what does the Entangle. And we obviously need him. That's funny, we have that greedy trait off that one treasure room. That is a little bit excessive. We definitely do not need it. We're gonna reach max gold regardless there. Oh, there we go. Another delve down to the go. Okay, 490, and then we have our 500, which we need to make sure we go deathless on. It's technically the only one we actually need to make sure we go deathless. Which, with our luck, means it's going to be the first time we actually die on one of these. Because the only one that actually matters where we don't die. The rest of these, well, I guess these technically matter if we don't die. Saves a little bit of time. You're leveling your Sun Spirit to level 100. It'll take you 2 weeks. Yeah, that's about, I would say, how long it takes me to level a hero class. I'm just focusing on one. Right now, I'm kind of focusing between Warden and Sun Spear simultaneously. Right now, I'm going a little bit more to Warden, obviously, because we're using it for this new team. Oh, 1.2. That's not what we want to see. Actually surprised by how rare that Goblin team has been. Kind of would have expected, given that this kingdom is somewhat related to goblins, that they would have weighted a bit higher. But no, it seems to be kind of average, or even lower. Haven't really been seeing it too much. Is there any reason not to get some low rarity troops? Wait, is there any reason to not get some low rarity troops? You've been looking for Forest Troll and Princess Fizzbang forever. Oh, sometimes you can just get really unlucky. One thing to keep an eye out for is if you're really struggling to get some epics, keep an eye out on the summoning stones that are available every single week. Those summoning stones will occasionally have the epic that you're looking for. And they're based on the color, so Forest Troll will be on brown or blue, whereas Fizzbang would be on blue or purple. Their rotation is very long, but they do rotate around. So keep an eye on them, and you might eventually see them under there. And that applies to any epic. If you're still missing a few key ones that are really relevant. Yeah, you can just get a bit unlucky with them. I don't think there's a... wait, you're from Forest of Thorns, right? Yeah. I don't think there's a Forest of Thorns event anytime soon, because the other way to get them pretty easily would be event keys. Let me go double check. But that would only be during a Forest of Thorns event, which are very rare. Every single event is very rare because, oh no, it's not for a while. According to our data, it looks like November 1st is the next Forest of Thorns event. You're probably going to have them naturally from Soulforge or random key drop before that ever happens. Oh, why did I do that? We already had mana. Whoops. Wasted a turn. What is the next Kingdom event? Next Kingdom event is Wild Plains. There's also a slight possibility that next week is Wild Plains buff. Though given that the issues that happened with the faction, I'm not sure if they're actually going to be getting it out. They're probably going to worry more about those issues. But there is a possibility that we're getting Wild Plains rework tomorrow. I mean, on Monday. Hello, Gamora. Welcome. The event queue drop table will be okay next week because Ketris is in the event queue drop table. And there are some teams that run double Ketris, but you definitely want to make sure you have at least one copy of them. Not sure if it would be worth trying to go for a second. I definitely have at least one. This is good to have. One of the better mythics in the game. Probably around the top 5. He's really good for Tower of Doom. But you can also use him for PvP, Guild Wars, lower level delves, stuff like that. There we go. The only troop you need from Wild Plains is Ketris. Yeah, generally the mythic will be the last thing you ever get from a kingdom. That's how it'll be for almost every kingdom. Because you just get lucky. How many packs did I buy to get enough sigils for level 500? I ended up going for tier 4. Or, sorry, tier 7 bought 4 times, I mean. Which is 1,910 gems. I believe you can go one tier lower than that. If I'm not mistaken. Though to have more attempts and have slightly higher stats, you might still want to go for 4 times on it. Some people went for 5 times as well. Just depends how you're rolling with them. Also, that assumes you're doing every single room. If you're not doing every single room, it could take more than that. But yeah, this will actually be exactly enough to get it done today. Oh wait, no, it won't. We need a Valraven. Otherwise, we can't do Pure Faction tonight. Well, let's hope we get a Valraven. Because I'm not going to spend 200 more gems just to do that. Given that we already spent so many. I'd like to try to keep that under 2,000, given that we spent like 4,000 or 5,000 on it last time. Whatever it was. Something absurd. Yeah, hopefully we find a Valraven. Otherwise, I didn't even realize that. I might not be able to do Pure Faction. Oh wait, never mind. 2 is exactly enough. What am I saying? Never mind. We don't need a Valraven. Though Valraven will give us 2 safety battles, just in case. Never mind, because I forgot. It doesn't take away the thing until we already do the next stealth. So next sigil will be for 500 deathless, and then the final sigil will be for pure faction. And I assume we're gonna die at least once or twice on pure faction. You can theoretically do both simultaneously. However, it is very unlikely that you can do deathless and pure faction simultaneously. Though theoretically, it would count if you did do both of them together. It's just ridiculously hard to do. And many factions near impossible. You can do deathless and regular delve. Oh yeah, you're right. That's true. So it's easier and quicker just doing it in the powered up delve, you know, during the event. Yeah, you're right. I could just go switch to an Iron Gut team and do it deathless in the normal delve and just rush down the final room. Yeah, worst comes to worst, we could have done that. Forgot about that. Because that would count. But we are not going to need to. 2 sigils is actually exactly enough. So quite coincidental how that worked out. Of course, we get another 3 tomorrow, so even if we didn't, it'd be fine. Yeah, because that doesn't go down until the next one. So one of those is used for 500 deathless, and the other one's used for 500 pure faction. So this means we have to not fail either of them. Well, we should be able to get both of them first try. Oh, we got Valraven. Never mind. As long as we get that Valraven, that's 2 safety battles. So even if I fail pure faction once, or if I fail deathless once, we got 2 leeway. Don't you dare escape. Don't even think about it. What do you do in Valraven? Okay, we got infinite. It's fine. He's dead. He is very much dead. Eventually. After several more hits. And now he's dead. Okay, now we have way more than enough sigils. There we go. Claim rewards. And the final one, 500. This is the only faction where it matters we don't die. Technically, every other one prior to this did not matter at all if we went deathless. But this one definitely does. As long as we do this one deathless, it counts as if we did every single one prior deathless. Okay, bad start. Quickly, this battle is very unlikely for us to die on. However, do be mindful, if this thing transforms you... Where is it? If this thing transforms you, but it's 50% chance to transform, that does count as a death. Any transform in factions count as a death, if the enemy does it to you. If you do it to yourself, it doesn't count. But if the enemy does a transform to you, it counts as a death. It also shows up on this screen as well. Oh, 1 down, 8 to go. Ooh, stretch. Okay, what's our next battle? One of these do we go for? 1.25 and a 1.3. Also, this we get the frog pet as well. After we finish out these this pure faction. Assuming we finish it out. No, I was kidding. Could easily be able to get it. Or not pure faction, I mean deathless, I meant. Any day now. Okay, this is actually slightly slow on 500. Not slow as in like leisurely slow, but wow, it's somewhat noticeable. Pretty sure Iron Goat actually would be a little bit quicker on this one. As well as the last few, just in general. I don't know, 430 took us 8 minutes, so. Anything that's at 1 minute per battle is still fine. Though this one's way longer than 1 minute per battle. That is mainly because he revived, and we basically have to kill his team twice. Because of the revive. Okay, do you want to die anytime soon? There we go. Oh, no, he's still not dead. Wow, 1 HP. What are you doing? Go heading with that 69. Okay, let's go grab this one, and then head around the circle, and then take out the boss room. And not die during the entirety of that. Alright, that's another reason for using this hero class. I keep forgetting that too. You do get to start with the Entangle as well, off this hero class. The same tree that has Greenstorm has Entangle at the start of battle. The first enemy. And we get to reapply it with every skill we do. Hello, Max. Welcome. There we go. 2 down, 7 to go. Or, sorry, 3 down, 6 to go. We're almost there. Though the most annoying fight is still to come. That, of course, we'll be doing it pure faction later tonight. If anyone still has any questions, do let me know. Because after we finish out this delve, we will be ending out the stream for now. However, we will be back in 4 hours from now to go do pure faction. What are we going for? Currently, we're doing Deathless 500. And then in 4 hours, we're doing pure faction 500. And right now, we're just doing it Deathless. Why do all rooms? Why not? Might as well for the extra points. It's free shards, so might as well do them. Yeah, I guess technically, yeah, we don't have to do. For pure faction, I'm definitely not doing all rooms. But I don't know, we kind of already started doing all rooms. Might as well go all the way. Not that much longer. It's only gonna be like a few minutes extra. And the last room being more difficult means almost nothing to this team. If anything, it'll mean we have to cast 1 additional time. That's the most it's going to do. Why'd I do that? That was completely pointless. Already had all my mana on the other 2. Okay, hopefully it does not revive. Because that really slows us down this late in delves. Good. Do you think Submerge counter is more important than the Storm at start? Somewhat. There's very few rooms that have Submerge. And the Storm is pretty important. It's not required, but it is extremely helpful. And I'll kill that out. 3 to go. Yeah, right now we could go right to the boss room. But nah, we'll go for these 2. We came this far, might as well do them all. We did every single room this stealth and went deathless doing so. I think that's the first time, actually. where we did literally every room while also simultaneously going deathless the entire time. And that's mainly because this team is very broken. I hope they do not nerf it. This is an excessively fun team to use. And it's pretty accessible too. Everything on it's cheap to obtain. Any mid-range player should be able to get this pretty easily, for the most part. And anyone in late game or end game definitely already have it already. And it's a great kind of like starting delve team before you have Iron Gut or anything like that. Like any of the good mythic options, because this doesn't use any mythics, obviously. Actually, it doesn't even use any legends, technically. Well, I guess technically it does. These is obviously a legend. But faction legends aren't necessarily considered legends. Like, they're legends mostly in name only. Well, they're technically legends, but you know, the actual difficulty of which to obtain them is nowhere near as hard as a normal legend. Epics are almost harder to get than faction legends. Just because all you have to do is just throw some shards at the faction at any point, and then boom, you got the legend. They're like 2 rarities lower than what they actually are from the faction for the most part. Pretty much what they feel like. Definitely at least 1 rarity lower. As far as how easy it is to obtain them. Should you wait for Fair Shra? Or go straight for Tina? I don't know, it depends. Are you planning on using Fair Shra? Because Fair Shra is only worth it if you're planning on doing a lot of soul farming. Otherwise, you can just completely skip him if you want. Okay, moment of truth. Final battle after every single room. And not only would we have done every room, but we would have done every single one from 20 to 500 deathless. And pretty much with this team the entire time. I think the very first one we didn't do it with this team. Like every one since like 30 or 40, we end up using this. I think we started using it since 30. But really only the very first one I didn't do it with. And obviously that didn't really matter much. Quite literally anything can take out the level 20 room. And yeah, obviously we already won. Doesn't matter if they have 1,000 all stats. Doesn't matter if he has enough skull damage to one-shot us. He is not getting through this infinite loop. Unless he somehow freezes us, like when he dies. Or automatically. But he doesn't have any of that, so it's not going to matter. And there we go. That is 500 deathless. And it should give us the last little bit of our renown, and it should give us a pet. We go check our mail. There should be enough renown that we now have 2,000 for the faction. And that means we got ourselves a toad. Let's go equip our toad. Go upgrade him, feed him, and then he'll be all ready for pure faction later tonight. Oh, you're talking about the pure faction level. Oh wait, sorry, what were you mentioning? Let's see. Well, as far as the level that you do pure faction on, it's normally 100, 200, and 500. Or 100, 150, 200, and 500. Those are the main levels to do it on. Every other level, it doesn't really matter if you bother running the faction team. Wow, level 1044 and still no Forest Troll. That's actually really unlucky. So I'm pretty sure my Nintendo Switch account's almost level 1000. And I believe it's still missing a couple epics. I know it's still missing a couple legends. I think it still hasn't gotten every epic though. Oh no, it might have. I know it's still missing about a dozen legends. But maybe it's gotten every epic by now. Okay, why is this game taking so long to load? Come on, game. I just wanted to go claim the pet. Let me claim the pets. Don't delay the inevitable. But does anyone else have any other questions before we head out? Otherwise, I'll be back in 4 hours from now to go do pure faction. I do want to go upgrade the pet real quick and go equip the cute toad. The crowned prince. Eventually. Is there a reason there are green adventure gems? Yes. Your daily adventure. There's a small % chance that you get a daily adventure that is very similarly set up to the previous system. in which you have to kill 150 of a certain color. You can do this in challenges and simply go to a challenge that has 4 of the color and then just spam it down and just do it that way. But yeah, you can just do that and get it completed pretty easily. So for example, if you have purple, I believe there's 2 locations in Kedar where the battle is just 4 purple troops, as well as the second to last to Karkaroff, I believe is also 4 purples. So you basically just go to wherever a challenge is that has 4 of the troop, spam it out a little bit, and then within like 10 minutes you get 100 gems. And M's like giving 100 gems too instead of 20, which is really good. But yeah, you can still see event gems, but only if you have one of those tasks. Okay, will this game load anytime today? Give it like another 20 seconds before I go restart the game a 3rd time. Come on now. Don't be like this. We're so close to the toad. Just let us equip him. Game crash, start again from level 20. I know, right? That'd be a fail. Actually, we reached 2.5 million points. Not too bad. Actually, I want to go check that leaderboard too after we go and do the pet thing. Okay, it's been 30 seconds. It's like, yep, you must redo the event now. Hello, Michael. Welcome. I know, we waited so long. I feel like it's going to do it any second now. But it could also take like minutes. And at this point, it would only take like a minute to restart it. But every second I wait longer, it's like, it's probably almost already there. Seriously though, why is it taking so long? It didn't take this long. It's been like 2-3 minutes already. Okay, I'm just gonna force restart it. Probably quicker at this point. Okay. Oh, I never use Facebook, by the way, these days. I should almost just, like, deactivate my Facebook. Haven't used it in, like, 7 months, I want to say. Been a while. I only ever made it because people were asking me to make it, like, a social media. But now YouTube has its own, like, integration for it. But anyways, there's the pet. Pets. Oh, we get a major orb out of him. Ooh. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's go see what he gives us. What does the toad give us? Place your bets now. What does the toad give us? If he gives us a blue or a purple, I will hand out a redeem code. Also, we need a name for him, too. I have a lot of things still unnamed. But let's go and claim the orb. What do we get? Is Yasmin's chosen turtle... Wait, what? Is Yasmin's chosen turtle cannon viable? Yes, that combination is viable. It's not the most optimal thing to be using for it. Like Wild Queen and some other things would be slightly better. Also, Forest Troll almost always is better than Turtle Cannon. Very few circumstances would Turtle Cannon ever be better than it. Let's see. What do we get? Ah, useless orange! Don't do this to us. Why? Oh well. We'll have another redeem code later tonight, though, still. But anyways, guys, does anyone else have any other questions? Otherwise... Oh, wait. I didn't equip the toad. Wait. I need to go change the pet. Where'd it go? Where did it go? Pet, where'd you go? He's hiding from us. There he is. Upgrade. Wait, where's equip? Equip. There we go, we got a toad. So let's go change our appearance to match a toad. Let's see, style. Let's see. Go to archer thingy. We'll go the Naga, since it's the closest thing to an amphibian. And let's see. But then again, the ogre has like the same color as him. Oh, well, actually, it's not exactly the same. Yeah, this one will work out better. And that feature's fine, right? Yeah, let's go with that, and I'll just change the colors accordingly. Let's see, we'll make this like a crown, so we'll make it the same orange as his crown. And then we'll try to get a green that's like his skin. There we go. Let's go with that. Good enough. That's funny. Is there any of these that look more crown-like? That one kind of looks like a crown. I don't know, none of them are going to be like a perfect crown. But out of any of them, I guess that one technically looks the most like a crown. Let's go with that. There we go. We have matched the frog. There we go. Always got to match the pets. Oh yeah, we use Sugar's Heart in 4th. It's just for cleanse, with a slight extra turn chance. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading out for now. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Leave a like if you enjoyed the stream, and we'll be back very soon. About 4 hours from now at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And at that point, we will be doing Pure Faction and running the Delve at level 500 Pure Faction, recording that. And the rest of the time, we'll just be doing dailies and messing around with PvP, probably with the new troop that came in, since he's pretty good for PvP. Also, between all the gold that we've been getting, it looks like we have repaired back to almost 10 million gold. That's nice, because we actually finally dipped below 10 million. I do generally want to keep 10 million plus on reserve, just in case they ever add new features that require gold. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, poke. Cough, cough. But you do generally want to keep a reserve of gold just for factions and stuff like that. Like, each faction can take up multiple million. I think we spent like 4 million to get the most recent faction to level 200 Horde. But definitely adds up. Yeah, we'll get the last 500 points later for the Pure Faction then. Anyways, guys, hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Best of luck with the faction, and I will catch all of you later. Goodbye, everyone.